What is up, bros? So I got to play Siege X early, and I'm gonna cover all of the content coming, like the modernized maps that have new environmental destruction like fire extinguishers, pipes that you can pop holes in and cause to explode, and even interactive metal detectors. Gonna be going over the new permanent 6v6 game mode that has its own exclusive map and gameplay, such as mixing attackers and defender abilities. They have a new overhauled audio system, improved rappel controls that allows you to sprint on freaking walls and jump around corners. There's new skin updates, new skin drops, and new weapon inspect, plus a ton more of new Siege X stuff. So let's get into it, starting with the new environmental visuals and new destruction in the maps. As you can guess, there's quite a lot to cover, so I'm actually going to be leaving timestamps down below just in case you want to watch just a specific category and then come back to the video later on. I'll have that laid out, so if you want to watch just like the 6v6 game mode or modernized maps, that's going to be down below. So Siege has been out for 10 years now, and it has truly established itself as a reference for a tactical PvP shooter, and Ubisoft is fully aware of this, and they are going to be going absolutely ham in order to keep this game going. So in June of this year, 2025, the game is entering its new era with Siege X, which Ubisoft describes as the biggest and most transformative evolution in its history, and from what I've seen so far, it's true. Siege X is bringing new visual enhancements to Siege maps with everything from new lighting, yes, I'm already plotting entirely new hiding spots, new 4K textures, and even new shadows on maps and on your operator model live as you play. In the current build, if you don't use your shadow settings on at least medium, you should, because it allows you to see other players' shadows, but it still doesn't allow you to see your own. I noticed while playing that I could actually see my own shadow in Siege X. It's a big deal because one of the metas in current R6 is to make sure you have those shadow settings on medium to allow you to see certain areas that could allow you to pre-fire certain spots early. Being able to see your own shadows is not only going to help us be aware of those spots that we know about, but also discover new areas for shadow strats and overall deepen the way that we place certain spots. While we weren't able to record our own footage while playtesting, in the video pack that Ubisoft gave me, I found this spot here, and then I jumped on the current Siege version to show you this comparison. When Siege X launches, there's going to be 5 modernized maps to start, and if you didn't figure this out already, on the current build, there are certain maps that have X's all over them. It's going to be Chalet, Bank, Cafe, Clubhouse, and Border. And after that, each season is going to introduce 3 more. Getting into the first destructible environmental item is going to be fire extinguishers, and not only are they going to pop when you shoot, which provides a smoke-like cover, but if you time destroying them when an operator is next to them, they also get a new type of stun effect, which is almost like a new pre-placed trap around maps for both sides to use. This can get crazy in depth because ops like Glass and Warden still apply to these, where they will be able to see through it. So it actually adds so many different scenarios and possibilities that you can get yourself into. You will be able to destroy these on both sides, such as having a Maestro cam, or you could send a Twitch drone in early and take them out. I really do look at it like it's pre-placed utility, but for both sides to have opportunities to use. If you find an opening, you could theoretically shoot a fire extinguisher to stun a defender and use it to get the opening pick. So defenders are going to have to actually pick and choose where they are anchoring, or maybe they're going to want to clear that in the prep phase. There's so many ways to go about it. But yeah, that's just the explanation for the first environmental addition. We still have metal detectors and pipes to get into. Metal detectors are now fully destructible, so when you're attacking or flanking, you're not going to be spammed by them and get your position given away. You can destroy them in all of the usual ways, so that may be loud and the other team may assume that you are there if they hear you break them, but I'm kind of thinking that destroying them will be pretty standard among ranked as you attack, so you are going to also need to be careful because that could give an opportunity to defenders to hit better flanks without attackers knowing about it. In Siege X, you're also going to find destructible pipes that have multiple layers to them. If you shoot them once, it's going to pop a hole and a fire is going to start. Once it's popped, you can kind of look at it as like it started a countdown, because if it's left alone, it's going to slowly drain and then it's eventually going to pop into a fire all over the floor as if it was like a Goyo canister, a Capital firebolt, or even a launcher from Tachanka. The other option with pipes would be to mag dump them, and it causes it to pop it faster to get fire everywhere quicker. You could use this if the round is coming to an end and you want to just spread it out to stop the push from a certain area, or if you saw multiple people in the same area and you didn't want to shoot them, you could theoretically have a chance to get a really funny kill by popping a pipe quickly and getting multiple kills. I feel this has potential to slow attacks down quite a bit because that pipe sequence can last for a pretty good amount of time. So just popping it once and leaving it to slow drain before the explosion is going to create a lot of different standoffs. New immersive rappel navigation is being added that's way more fluid, and it's an improved system from the one before. Better controls like running horizontally or even jumping around building corners makes navigating way less awkward, and honestly it just feels so nice versus the slowed system that we have now. Want to check a window on bank that's on one side of the wall and then 4 seconds later check the window that's completely on the other side of the wall? That's going to be no problem in Siege X. One of the biggest updates with Siege X is Dual Front. Dual Front is the new permanent 6v6 game mode that has an exclusive map and gameplay that mixes attackers and defenders on the same team. The main objective is to secure 3 enemy sectors while defending yours across a new map that was designed specifically for this Dual Front game mode. In Dual Front, you are going to start by picking from a curated roster of 35 operators. You are going to be able to mix and match defenders and attackers how you like, so you are going to be able to get really creative with this because we're going to be able to have ability interactions on the same team that we've never been able to do before. I see Dual Front as a great way to finally convince that friend to play Siege who's been refusing to play it for years because it looks way too hard. It's not as intimidating to join, and this game mode is very easy to get into, so it creates a much smaller step if they're going to be coming from other FPS games but they didn't want to bite off the chunk of just jumping into like Siege Standard or Ranked. They're not going to have to worry about getting yelled at for standing in the wrong spot. It's a way more approachable game mode for new and veteran players, but it also stays true to that like tactical gameplay that we expect from Siege. And Ubisoft did also mention that Dual Front is going to be available for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X or S. So you are going to need to have one of those systems in order to play it. They also said that Dual Front is set to receive regular updates from the selection of operators that are going to be rotating twice a season and dynamic objectives that are going to be changing each season as well. A total overhaul to Siege's audio is going to be coming with Siege X, and Ubisoft explains it to where it includes a rework of audio propagation and reverberation, which means the audio in Siege X will now sound even closer to real life to enable players to gather critical intel through audio cues and pinpoint locations even to the type of room where the enemy players are situated on. Them saying something like you're going to be able to tell the type of room the enemies are in is super interesting to me. I haven't tested it enough to make the call for myself, but to me that just sounds like maybe we'll be able to tell if people are in different types of rooms with different floors, such as tile versus wood. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm excited to do some more testing and figure out exactly how this new sound system is going to work. Some interesting quality of life changes are coming with a new communication wheel that's going to be released that allows us to communicate callouts non-verbally, such as maybe you need help or thanking other players, telling teammates that a room is cleared, or maybe you're watching a certain flank. You can call out where enemies are, and there's going to be a few other options. Siege communication obviously is very important, and that's why one of the reasons the best way to rank up is to simply play in a 5-stack. So I'm going to be curious to see if this bridges the gap a little bit and how this is going to be used in live games. New features like the pick and ban rework are going to make Siege feel even more different, because in Siege X, each round you are going to have a pick and ban phase. There's not going to be one long drawn out phone phase of pick and banning, but instead, if you're defending each round, you are going to choose your site and then you're going to choose an operator on the opposite team to ban. This is going to repeat each round. So for example, if you want to just ban like a jackal when you defend upstairs but then a blitz when you're basement, you're going to be able to do that. Might seem like it's adding time, but it does feel pretty seamless, and I'm curious to see how it's going to play out to affect each site and site combos. Another plus is that if you have a favorite op that just continuously keeps getting banned, there is a chance that it's not going to be banned the entire game and you'll be able to play them later on. Siege is going to be getting a weapon inspect feature, so you can finally flex on your friends with your newest Black Ice skin that they've been trying to get for the last 17 seasons. And I guarantee you that you're going to get sick of all of the different weapon inspect thumbnails that you are about to be flooded with this year from your favorite YouTubers. I'm going to probably be doing some too. Updates to player protection are coming, where Ubisoft aims to offer the best, safest, and fairest gameplay experience. They said in Siege X they're increasing their efforts to combat cheating and toxicity and launching their most advanced anti-cheat Apache Initiative R6 Shield Guard that unifies all of their existing systems and introduces powerful new tools to safeguard the game. These features include live security updates that occur without the need for scheduled maintenance, which makes making cheats way more difficult. It has an updated reputation system that can impact access to certain playlists, such as if you hit dishonorable because you are just a menace to society, you might be timed out from ranked. This always reminds me of that Black Mirror episode where every human has that like social credit score, so it makes me pretty curious to see how it's going to play out. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, there also will be rewards such as player cards and skins for being an esteemed player, and we got a short glimpse at some of them here. Ubisoft is going to be working on all of that and will still have ongoing development and new features while still doing updates to the existing features. SiegeX is improving the experience of new players with a revamped onboarding journey that's designed to build skills and game intel with tutorials and field training to get basics down before jumping into matches and getting yelled at for reinforcing the wrong wall. And like I did mention earlier, I feel like Dual Front is going to be a great gateway into Siege because it's not as punishing to play as something like real ranked matches where one mistake has so much on the line. It's not all just love for new players though, because exclusive rewards for veterans are also coming, such as something called the Coveted Ice 2015, the Decontaminated 2017 headgear, the Sleep Tight Cali skin, and more. I don't have full details as far as how to get these and how they'll be distributed, but I'm assuming it's going to take your account age and when you started playing into account. Then finally, Siege is going free to play. New players that join after Year 10 Season 2 will have free access to 26 operators to choose from, and they will be able to play Standard, Quick Play, and Dual Front. Basically, they can do everything but ranked. Free-to-play players can also unlock more operators as they progress, and if they do decide to, they can upgrade to Premium that will allow you to unlock ranked once you hit level 50, and it would give you immediate access to more operators. The Elite Edition comes with 40 operators, and the Ultimate Edition would come with all operators to date. All of this is set for June 2025, where Siege will enter its new era with SiegeX, and I couldn't be more excited about this. I'm curious to hear your thoughts though, so be sure to comment down below, let me know. That's about it though, so I will see you all very soon. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I have a ton of new SiegeX content coming out. I love you all. Peace.